On today's episode of Buds Mafia, we break down pretty much all the significant moves of July 1. We kind of rate some of these moves, talk about the Leafs, their whole offseason, break down the incredible drama of Leo Carlsson, the offer sheet, and as well as the Jason Robertson and Zach Werenski drama. We recap the PGA. We do our Bet the Farm lock of the week. And yeah, it's a long episode, and let's get right into it.
Tavares coming out, sends it in a goal. They score! They score! Holy mackerel, they score! Morgan Riley! Mo Riley! The Leafs have won it! They're going to the second round!
Gonna run for it, he got it! And there he goes! Inside the 10, the 5! Oh, the play of the year in the NFL!
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 76 of the Buds Mafia podcast, filming on a Tuesday evening this time. We had a few technical difficulties last time.
Ryan had a few technical difficulties.
It's great. Every single issue we've ever had is because of me, which, to be fair, sucks to suck. It is what it is. But yeah, just Wi-Fi was not the greatest. Everyone works from home, so it made sense. But I was getting so frustrated. But it worked out. It's easy to edit and all that. It doesn't take a long time, but yeah, I mean, pretty much where we got to last time. We started right before we talking about the contracts and everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we got to. But yeah, a lot to talk about today. A lot of it's going to be the free agent, July 1, some trades. Next week, we're going to dive a lot more heavy into the NFL. We're going to talk about the top 100 and all that stuff. Millie hates that idea.
Dude, Taylor bought her these new... She's going nuts. She bought her these new, like, I don't even know what you call it. It's like a flavored style bone, but this one's in the shape of a fish. Oh my, dude, we're trying to talk to like a mortgage advisor last night. Millie in the corner just going nuts. She's like, "Oh, you guys want to do anything?" No, actually,
sorry, it's about me.
Sorry, it's about me and this fish. And this fish is getting it right now. Everything, dude. It is hilarious. But
That's
yeah.
exciting. Is that house that you're showing your dad on Canada Day?
Well,
or I guess it's the mortgage.
No, it's just kind of like taking more steps in that kind of direction. And there's nothing set. There's nothing set in stone or anything because it's just like
you're getting a house. I'm in my parents' basement. This is what happens. You know
Listen,
what I mean?
I'm very grateful for the job that I have and the job that Taylor has, where we do like not too bad as a young couple. Like, I mean, everyone wants to move out. No one wants to live with their parents for a long time. And like, I love my parents to death. All right, fair enough. Sorry.
I wasn't complaining about it.
Sorry. I love my parents, but like, I think I was ready at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm getting close to it. I'm getting close. I'm getting excited for it.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, it's nice to have your own space. It's nice to just come home. I mean, it kind of sucks to come home and have to make your own dinner. And like, you kind of got to plan. I'm not going to lie. I've been thinking all day because I've been going into work. Like I go into work early.
Yeah.
I woke up at 3:30 this morning. I was like all ready to work out. Was like on the bed putting my socks on. And then I do not know what happened. But next thing I know, I woke up, it was 4:30 in the morning, which is fine. Like I didn't have to be at work until 5. But like, I was like, well, and now I'm trying to plan the rest of my day around the fact that I still want to work out, but I also have like, I want to clean the apartment, got to make dinner. Like we got to go pick Taylor's car up from her parents' place. We got to like, you're now just like
adulting, man. It's adulting.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I don't look like one. Don't act like one either.
Yeah, I love living at home, but I feel like when it gets to, because we're probably gonna move out like next summer when Kaylin passes the bar and everything. But yeah, it's the bar, but it's gonna be me making dinner every day because my job, I work from home or most of the day at home, and so I can prep stuff early. Where she being in Toronto will help, but she'll probably get home at like 6:30, and where I'm home, so I'm gonna be making dinner. So I gotta improve my skills a little bit.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. When we first moved in, it was basically like a lot of ordering in. The first few months you move in, you're like, I mean, it's like anything in life, especially with a partner, you go through it and it's like, what are we talking about? When we first moved in.
Taylor. Just life, Taylor, all right?
We earn more now than we did when we first moved.
No, we do not.
Get fucking exposed.
We do not.
Get fucked.
We used to do pizza Wednesdays, but there'd be nights during the week when we first moved in that it was pizzas Monday and Wednesday.
I was saying it's pizza Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah. And then, well, we don't order in a lot now, but like when I work afternoons, when I would come home from work on Fridays at like 11,
Oh yeah.
we get like sometimes we get wings. Recently, we've been crushing Wendy's. Some
Ooh.
crazy orders from Wendy's at 11 o'clock
I
at
mean,
night.
99-cent Frosties, baby.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit more than a 99-cent Frosty, Ryan. I'm crushing a Dave's double and some chicken nuggets. And Taylor one time she asked me to pick up the Cinnabon bread because I didn't know they had it. I was like, "Ooh, I'll try one." And then now,
dip your toes.
and then I'm like, stepped on the scale the other morning. I was like, all right, what did I eat for breakfast today? Feta, eggs, avocado. We're turning it around. Anyway,
Yeah,
that was
are.
my beautiful wife, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Thanks, Taylor. Yeah, today, we're going to be a lot of trades, a lot of the July 1 stuff, like I said. Also, shout out to the Checking From Behind podcast. Their podcast came out on Sunday. Filmed with them, hopped on, talked about a lot of stuff we're going to talk about today. It was a lot of fun talking with Zach and those
Yeah,
boys.
but you didn't talk with the hockey expert.
No, it's just, they missed you. They're telling me. But, yeah, I was hungover as shit. We filmed like 9:30, 10 after a long Canada Day barbecue, which was really fun. Kaelin's parents met my parents for the first time. Or not met, but like, hung out for the first time. And I'll tell you, they had a great time. We had a fire near the end. And good old Kevin, Caitlin's dad, just rips out a joint. My parents like, oh, okay. Just starts smoking a joint. All my neighbors were getting, my parents don't smoke, but like my neighbors going in and like the balls on this guy. And I loved it. It was awesome. And they hugged goodbye. And I think we planned something again soon, but that was a lot of fun. And
I think my parents met Taylor's parents. Well, like my mom had met Mark and Kate, like shout out Slip the Text on TikTok.
Yes, sir.
But my mom had met them a lot more. She's crushing it on the couch now. But I think for real, the first time my dad, Taylor, did our dads first meet when I proposed? Anyway, it was kind of something like that where we had been together for, I think, 7.5 years.
I think they maybe see each other in passing. I don't know if they actually like sat down. And,
like that was the first time my
talked.
parents, like they again, like at university, passing, other stuff like that. But actually, first time hanging out was probably now in 5.5 years. Right?
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But Slip the Text.
Follow Slip the Text.
Shout out Slip the Text.
Great follow.
He's let me tell you, he's detected this year, and I'm not sure if that's how you say it, and I'm gonna hear it from him soon because I'm gonna tell him about this on the podcast. But he got to 100 silvers on the year. This guy's out there grinding dude, he was out there last week, 37-degree heat, out there grinding in the morning.
God.
Yeah, that's
Jesus
true
Christ.
passion. Slip the Text, TikTok, follow.
Animal. Love it.
You know what? That's my draft this week. I'm drafting Slip the Text.
I love that. I'm gonna dump this week, and I've been loving the World Cup. Like the Argentina game today was fucking insane. The England Mexico game at the Azteca was fucking insane. One thing I will say about this World Cup is, these announcers, they're cinematic. They're very into it. Like Peter Drury's the goat of commentary, the English guy. But what these announcers, they don't know of the word jinx. The shit they say, it'll be like, England went up 3-1 against Mexico. There's like 40 minutes left. And they'll be like, England is moving on to the quarters. I'm like,
dude,
there's like half a game. There's a half a game left. And like, I know when Canada scored pretty late against Ghana, like it was pretty much, but like they say it's like Canada is moving on. It's like, not really. Like it's not for sure. And they've been saying this every game. And I understand soccer, like if a team is subs on all their bench and all like the defensive players, they can lock it down pretty easily, especially from 2 goals. But then Mexico scored and I was like, dude, it was like a 40-minute power play because of the red card, the 3-2 lead, but it was insane.
Speaking of red cards, I've been...
we should talk about this now.
I've been talking about it all day because
Good old Donnie.
Dude, I saw the interview last night and I was crying in bed. I was, for real, like, I couldn't stop saying it this morning. And my boss at work
I'm pretty good at this. I'm really good at detecting this.
Now, let me tell you something. I didn't know what a red card was, but when I heard it, I said, wow, that's unfair. I was crying laughing. And let me tell you something. If Belgium wins, it's rigged. Like the 2020 election, but we won't get into that. That is crazy, dude. This guy watched 20 minutes of a soccer game and was like, give me the phone.
It was crazy. He's like, I'm usually pretty good at this, so I thought I'd give him a call. And it was like, oh my God. And listen, I'm not, and all the USA fans, mainly Barstool, like it's a lot of trolling, a lot of rage, but they're like, oh, you want to beat us at our best? You don't want to beat us at our best? I was like, well, no.
Did
it's
you
just
see what Portnoy
politics
said?
getting into it. Yeah, Portnoy is if you like him or hate him, he said some crazy, he had a proportion tweet that came out, or on his, he said like, if you didn't want to see USA play at full power, you should be deported or something.
Okay, so then there's also this with Donald Trump and like everything, and like, yo, chill out.
Millie has some thoughts. Millie's got some thoughts.
Millie's got some thoughts about Donnie, but when he said, I'm not a big controversy guy, I don't like it, and then smiled, I was like, all right, you got to be kidding me. Then he was like, I did call the president. Last I heard, it's a committee who decides. My word has nothing. Dude, you're the president of the United States, and you told him that you're most like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
But then-
the FIFA is so corrupt, man.
Did you
It's
hear about the
insane.
Paraguay, the senator in Paraguay, and what she said about or he or she said about Mbappe?
I heard there's beef. I didn't see what the actual quote was. I heard there was something going on.
She said like some racial things towards
Nice.
Mbappe. Millie hates it. Kylian Mbappe. But she basically said, we were talking about it at the end of the day at work today. But she basically was like, he's from a French colonized. I think he's originally like from Cameroon. I'm not 100% sure on that. But she was like, he's from a French colonized African country, and kept going on. And it was like, the only type of animal he knows is like a chimpanzee. Yeah, wild statements. Then Mbappe came back and was like, that's stupid, blah, 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 and said something. I think it was a girl, because she did say,
It was. I'm pretty
she did come
confident.
back
yeah.
and said that he should retract the statements because she was going to sue him for gender-based violence. Can you close the screen? Thank you.
That's insane. Now, the World Cup, I love the World Cup. It's been absolutely insane, and I'm excited for the game going on right now. Is nothing crazy. I don't even want my watch. It's Colombia, Switzerland, but basically all the quarters are
Dude, my
set,
bet the farm.
and I'm pumped. My
so
bet the farm hit too.
Well, no, my bet the farm didn't hit, but my bet the farm for this week, like, I hate to jump way. We need to get through the NHL.
But no, you're good.
My bet the farm for this week, I was sweating today because I was like, great, my bet the farm's, I'm not even going to have a bet the farm for the podcast this week. Then I had Belgium over the U.S., absolute dog walk. Then Argentina over Egypt, and I'm sweating. And I almost doubled down when they were down 2-0. I think the odds were like plus 1,000 for them to come back and win.
Yeah.
Which, like, you'd think the odds would be crazier, but also, like,
It's Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's insane.
I currently have Switzerland over Colombia. And then I have
Is it 0-0 still?
0-0 still, 67th minute. I have France over Morocco, and then I have Norway over England to advance in
That's a
the
good game.
round of
I'm excited for that
16.
one.
And I have Harry Kane to score and Erling Haaland to score. It's $5 to win 287. Anyway, we'll get into the NHL now. But the FIFA has been nuts. And
It's been awesome.
Donnie, say what you want about him. The whole red card
He's an
saga.
entertainer. He's an entertainer.
That for real, I could not stop laughing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what one was, and then I said, well, that's unfair.
And end of the day, it was fucking irrelevant. So who
Yeah, it
cares? They
didn't
got
matter. They
dog
lost-
walk.
they got dog
That
walk
fucking
4-1.
giveaway. That goalkeeper just kicking the earth was
I did.
hilarious.
Dude, I was like, oh, he broke his toe.
Also, quickly, we hit 400 subscribers.
Here we
so
go.
that was awesome. Just
We
close
hit
to
2,000
500.
followers on TikTok.
2,000 followers on it. We're almost at 1,000 on Instagram, which that would be really cool. We're at like
Yeah, that is cute.
923 or something, and our views have been really good. Dude, I posted something about Jesse Marsh, defending Jesse Marsh, and then the comments just turned to a fucking political
Yeah.
warfare. I haven't looked at it in a while. Then I looked at it, and I saw deportation rights and everything. I was like, oh my God, this is not at all what I was trying to bring up here. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Okay, let's get into... I'm going to just kind of talk about a lot of the main trades and maybe some of the signings, and then we can kind of give our thoughts as we go. We're not going to go through all of them, but this is a new era. These salary caps and these signings, the offer sheet will be a heavy discussion today. It's absolutely insane. Let's go through the trades first, because the trades there's not as many as the signings, but as expected, Gallagher to Vancouver for future considerations, 50% retained. His home province, I don't know if he's from Vancouver, but he's from British Columbia. Made a lot of sense. Vancouver's going to be shit. I need to get off the contract. Future considerations, I don't even know what that's going to be, but makes sense. And this kind of marked the end of Bobrovsky in Florida. Jacob Markstrom to Florida for Evan Rodriguez and Jesper Bookfist. Great trade for New Jersey, in my opinion.
I didn't realize Markstrom played in Florida.
He started his career in Florida. Or Vancouver or Florida, but he was in Florida for a while, yeah. And he started in Florida. He was a part of the Luongo trade from Vancouver to Florida. They swapped. And to me, this is a really weird deal for Florida because they needed to get rid of Evan Rodriguez. He's kind of the odd man out. Great player, makes $4 million. I think it's a great ad for New Jersey. They kind of need some more forwards. And I've always been a fan of Jesper Boqvist. And yeah, Markstrom, he's technically cheaper than Bobrovsky, but he had a terrible year last year. He has 2 more years at $6 million. I'm biased, but I'd rather Bobrovsky at one more year and $1 million more each, where Markstrom, he hasn't been very great the last 2 years. And now he's $1 million cheaper, sure. But at the end of the day, I guess you made the trade with Rodriguez, so you were able to free up that cap.
Yeah, but I love Rodriguez. Always performed.
He's sneaky, man.
In the playoffs. Always performed in the playoffs. Good.
He was just kind of that odd man out. Like, you weren't trading trading Lundell, Luostarinen, those guys. He's kind of the odd man out. And again, I think it's a great trade for New Jersey. You get off that money of Markstrom. You bring in Rodriguez. Rodriguez can kind of play second, third, even first if you kind of have really 2 good players up there. So I like that trade for New Jersey. Now, I mean, again, Florida with their roster, like, Markstrom's good enough for them to win, for that team. So I don't hate it at all. I just thought it was interesting. And yeah, and then Maverick Bourque and Ilya Lyubushkin to Nashville for a second and a third. This is again just salary cleaning up. Lyubushkin salary cleaning up for Dallas. People thought it was not that much, but the fact that Dallas was able to get off Lyubushkin's contract, it makes sense. Maverick Bourque then signed. I have it down here. Like a 6-year deal. Yeah, 6 by 5.5. So a great deal for them. He was kind of coming up with Logan Stankoven, Wyatt Johnson all at the same time. He was kind of like the lesser of those guys, but he had a very sneaky good year. He lit up the AHL. I like it a lot for Nashville. Nashville's made some sneaky good moves. And for Dallas, I mean, you have Harley's 10.5 now going on the books. Jason Robertson, if you want to bring back, is going to make a fuck ton of money. Just a deal that had to happen. And you got rid of Lyubushkin. So it made a lot of sense. Nick Robertson to Pittsburgh for a 4th. People thought it was underwhelming, but I mean, look at this. Like, he's not like a super. He hasn't been that great. Let's be honest. And he's going to arbitration again, which I feel bad. He's like 24 years old. I think he's been to arbitration like 5 times.
Yeah.
Like, he's been to arbitration a ridiculous amount, and always comes out to be a 1-year deal, like typically out of arbitration. So him and his brother are both going to arbitration. We'll talk about Jason Robertson later.
Yeah.
Edmonton. We're definitely going to talk about Edmonton and San Jose, but Edmonton gets Devin Levi.
Edmonton looked like they're going to be fucking doing dick all, and then out of nowhere.
They won. To me, we'll get to it, but to me, they won the offseason. Or from one of the top teams to win the offseason, especially for how they started the offseason.
Yeah.
With bringing in good old Mike Babs, but everything else has turned around for them. But Devin Levi in a 7th at Edmonton for a 3rd. They have a lot of goalies now. We'll talk about Freddie Anderson going to Edmonton too. But again, this guy, he was a part of the Sam Reinhart trade to Florida. He dominated World Juniors, was labeled like next Carey Price for Canada. Hasn't really found his groove yet, so another shakeup for him. But I think it's a good trade for Edmonton. He doesn't have waiver exemption anymore, and they have Tristan Jarry and Freddie Anderson, so they're gonna have to maybe take a roster spot and run with 3 goalies, but we'll see, or try to find a home for Jarry or just set him on waivers, but we'll see. Because Freddie's in there.
Yeah.
And I don't think you want to risk Devin Levi. You just trade a 3rd-round pick for him. But I still like to move for Edmonton. It's not much of a risk, in my opinion. Then the trade I loved, kind of, to me, of all the things that happened July 1, I really like Bobrovsky and all that, but I think the Nick Paul trade was probably my favorite of the Leafs. Dennis Hildeby, it made sense after we signed Bobrovsky. I'm like, we like Stolars. We have Archer coming up from the Marlies next year, likely. So maybe Stolars is the next guy moving out.
Yeah.
For Hill to be 4th and a 3rd. Nick Paul, he has done great things against Toronto for Tampa. Been on deep runs. He's going to play that 3rd-line center role. Especially with Domi out for could be a long time.
Could be a long time.
Nick Paul, to me, is an upgrade, and I'm very happy with that trade.
Well, he grew up a Leafs fan, so.
Yeah, from Ontario.
Dude, it's hilarious the amount of people who come back to play for Toronto. Like, grew up, I love the Leafs. It's like, man, you've absolutely ruined a lot of people's dreams. Like, how
that Game 7 still haunts me. It's 2 goals in Game 7 back
crazy.
in 22 or 21 or something it was. But again, our top 6 was pretty solidified after with drafting McKenna and everything and keeping Nyes. But Chayka wanted to completely reconstructure the bottom 6, which we did, and we'll talk about it. But he didn't hesitate to let Michelli go, didn't hesitate to let Robertson go. Domi, long-term IR. We still have Joshua. We obviously let go of Waugh, and is completely restructured bottom six. Now we have too many forwards, but that's not a bad thing. We can ship someone out. I think they're still like right now we're like $2 million over the cap, but I think they're still expecting a Morgan Riley trade.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And then the trade that we're going to talk about San Jose and Mike Greer, but again, this is another reason why Edmonton's winning this offseason. Darnell Nurse to San Jose for Zach Sharp, never heard of him. But then I'm going to try not to butcher this name. Shakir Mahakadulan, I think that's how you pronounce it. He was like a second-round defenseman like a few years ago. Darnell, and 0 salary retention.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Nurse has, I think, 3. That was fucking good. That's not bad. I think you're right. No, yeah, because I missed the M in there. But he looks solid for San Jose. Like he's kind of a guy who, if he can be a regular 5 or 6, and so you get off of Darnell Nurse's $9.25 million for I think it's 3 more years, fully like no salary retention. You bring in a former second-round pick defenseman who's still very young. You sign him to like $1.5 million for 2 more years. Dude. So you saved $8 million. And again, I still think Darnell Nurse is a good defenseman. He's not worth $9 million. If he was making 4 or 5, I don't think we would talk about him ever. No. You know what I mean? So, I think interesting move for San Jose.
What was crazy to me is like all of the Edmonton signings on like July 1 were all 1-year, 2-year deals. There's nothing crazy. They
don't know what's going to happen with McJesus there. I don't blame them, but they're all fairly cheap. And we'll talk about Ryan Shea, Freddie. Oh yeah, and last few bit of the trades here. Vincent Trocheck to Utah. I like that for them. I like it for New York, too. You get Sean Durzi. I'm a big fan of Sean Durzi. I kind of wanted the Leafs to go after him. Right-hand shot defenseman. Cole Baudouin and a third. Marcus Peterson. We're talking about the Rangers, too. Marcus Peterson to the Rangers for a 2030 first. Top 10 protected. New York is kind of like Toronto, where I think Toronto's a better roster, but they're still in we still want to win mode. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they can get it done. You don't have Panarin. Your number one player is Lafreniere, or at least as a forward. Or I guess you bring in Dorofeyev, but yeah, I mean, for Vancouver, you could pass up on that value.
Dorofeyev had like a good year this year, but like you
playing
don't
with
have
Marner and Eichel.
Eichel, Stone, like
New York trading, and you're not a good team. Them trading at 2031st is hilarious. Like I don't see it. If you look at New York and all the first round picks they don't have, you would think they're like a Vegas or Florida. Like, hey, this team must be good. Not really.
No.
No. And my brother's a big fan of Marcus Peterson. He was very okay with letting him go for a first. But it's like, yeah, first round pick. I don't know. I think that trade came across Vancouver's desk, and they're like, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
And last trade for the signings. I like this trade for Minnesota and Calgary. Blake Coleman only mattered to Minnesota. I think Coleman's 50% retained, so I think he only makes like $3-ish million, which is really good. Again, Minnesota, they lost a lot of guys, or they lost a few guys. Tarasenko, surprisingly, they lost Zuccarello. I thought for sure he'd be back. So you bring in a middle six guy, tough, physical. Jacob Middleton, solid depth defenseman. They needed lefties because they have Parekh and Nemec. So like it for both sides, makes a lot of sense. Yeah, there's a lot of signings. Again, we're going to rip through a lot of these. We'll probably pause at some of the Leaf ones.
I'll rip through some. You give me a quick grade, breakdown, and then
I like it.
We can move on.
Yeah.
That works?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go. Jack Drury, Nashville, 5x4.5 AAV. What do you think?
See, I liked him in Colorado. I don't think the money is crazy. I mean, fucking the Colorado, where the Colorado GM goes to Nashville, and he's already brought over like 3 Avalanche players, which is kind of hilarious. Again, like that's what's fourth line center is going to get you. I think he's one of the top fourth line centers. Term's a bit wild, but I'd say C, like nothing crazy.
All right, I respect it. Never heard of him. Michael Kesserling, San Jose, 3x4.5. I like that too.
Yeah, Michael B plus. The checking from behind boys, they're Buffalo fans, and they weren't a big fan of him. But I don't think he really got a fair sniff. Again, 4.5 for 3 years for a 25-year-old right-handed shot defenseman, where San Jose needed defenseman badly. Zero risk, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Do you want to rip through all of the other signings and talk Toronto at the end?
Yeah, sure. I like that. We'll do that.
AJ Greer, Anaheim, 4x4.25.
hilarious. Like, I mean, he's a great fourth line guy, and it was a part of a sign-in trade with Gudas, and I guess we can tie in Gudas.
Absolute rat of a team.
6-year, 1.5 for Gudas as part of a sign-in trade. And Greer, we're gonna have a deep talk about Anaheim, but again, we've talked about the salary cap all day. I do think he's a valuable fourth liner, but I just think everything that's happening in Anaheim, I do think Verbeek would like that one back.
Yeah,
already.
Yeah, I agree. Then this one you kind of touched on yesterday before your Wi-Fi shit out is Jeremy Lozon Vegas 6x4.
Again, the AAV isn't crazy because again, that's how much like a fifth or sixth line tough defenseman's gonna make now. 6 years. I don't know how old he is. I don't think he's that old, but yeah. I mean, again, like I think the salary cap in 2 more years is supposed to go up by 20 more million.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why now this next trade, this next signing, you can rifle it off there. I don't hate it, but yeah, let's talk about the one I don't like.
Bowen Byram to Chicago 6x12.5 is.
Listen, we've talked about Byram a lot of during playoffs. I think he's really underrated. He's never been a 1, and now you're paying him the highest paid right now. Again, Deline, I thought, is their best defenseman. I thought Power took an incredible step during playoffs.
Yeah.
I thought Byram was awesome. And I didn't... Listen, if it was Byram straight up for the 4th, I still think that would have been a lot, but it would have been terrible. The fact that Chicago also gave up a second and Louis Crevier, a 6'8", 22-year-old right-hand shot defenseman, and took on Jordan Greenway's $4 million contract is kind of wild.
Yeah.
And then you pay him this, like... Because then you lose the leverage. You pay all that, and then because before that he only had 1 year left. So it's like, so if I'm Byram, like, yeah, you're gonna have to overpay to get me because you basically gave all this to get me. Like, you're not gonna just let me walk. And I don't know. I understand Chicago with the drafting, like with they took a lot of heat for taking Artyom Levshunov second overall when there's Demidov. I still think that was a mistake, but I still like Artyom. But now like you have to play him first line minutes, and I do like that pairing of Byram and him. But talking about first line power play, I feel like it's got to be Byram. You're paying him 12.5 sheets. It's got to be Byram.
It's got to be Byram.
And did you hear him what San Jose was going to pay him? Because San Jose was trying to get him too.
No.
San Jose was going to pay him 4 years at $14 million. Dude, we're going to talk about Mike Greer. I think he might just be lucky and not good. And we'll talk about that later down the line because you could talk about, well, I'll save it, but I think he's a bit overrated now. But if I'm Bedard, and hopefully he's okay. I don't know if you saw the video of him getting hurt. He injured his shoulder again during
practice,
It looked terrible, so hopefully he's okay. If I'm Bedard, the two camps are fairly off in price right now. I think he's looking at $17 million, which I'm sure is at least 6 or 7 years. I'm sure he's not hosing them for a 3-year, $17 million deal, and they're closer to more like 13, 14, I think. If I'm him, though, I'm not signing more than 4 years. I don't like what this team's doing. They still have a lot of like belief. I like Frondell, and these are obviously Byram. Again, they got better. You can't say they didn't get better, but I just don't like the direction. And if I'm Bedard, unless you're giving me the absolute bag, I don't know if I'm signing a long-term deal just yet.
No.
And I don't think anyone would blame him. It's just I don't really trust this team yet.
I don't know. Like I feel like it could be like a 2-3 year deal at like a 12 to 13. But if he wants that money and like doubt he gets 17.
If he does, it'd be a safe 7-8 year deal. It'd be the long-term deal, which I would do that all day from Chicago.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate it. I like your take. Loose
you appreciate it, Jackson?
I appreciate
you appreciate it.
I do. I appreciate your take. As your resident hockey expert, I appreciate your take.
Appreciate
A2 Luosterainen, Florida.
Love this.
By 5. Yeah, I mean, he's just been an absolute gamer.
He's part of the best third line in hockey when it's healthy with Marchand, Lundell, and him. $5 million, and I think he's only like 25, 26. For 8 years, you get him basically when he's probably going to be out. And again, Mason Marchment's making 7.5, which I still like Mason Marchment. Some of these guys make ridiculous money. $5 million in 8 years. The salary, like you can have fourth liners be making $8 million in 8 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love the deal.
All right. Rasmus Anderson in Vegas gets an extension, 7x8.5.
We didn't like him in the playoffs. I don't think he played very good. I actually thought that the number is a lot lower than I thought because maybe it's in Vegas. He probably knows he probably played himself out of some money. I don't hate it. He's a bit older, but again, if Mintyukov's making $7.5 million for 7 years or 5 years, whatever it is, I still trust Rasmus Anderson more to produce more.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm okay with it. But we skipped one though with Hischier right above.
Oh, did I?
I love it. We heard 11 to 13. just shy of 12, 5-year deal. One of the best, I would say, two-way centers. Like, he was a Selke candidate like a few years ago. He's a perfect complementary center to Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes can be that offensive, just 100-point stud where Nico Hischier, the captain, can kind of be that, maybe that Barkov. Not nearly as good as Barkov, but I do like the deal a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like a 5x11's a good type of deal, especially for him too. It's like you're buying in, but you also save yourself some room later down the line. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Like, he'll be 31, 32, still can cash in for another $10+ million deal. I'm cool with it.
Yeah. All right, Olin Zellweger, Buffalo, 3x. Yeah, I when I saw this deal, I was like, God damn it!
You fucking Anaheim signs Mintyukov for 7.5 sheets, and apparently they wanted to give Mintyukov that number, but there was threats of offer sheeting, and so they gave him a lot more. But at that point, I'd rather just give or get a first because of the compensation than pay him that money.
Yeah,
I think $7.5 million would be relevant to a first. I could be wrong. I think it is. And again, Zellweger did get a lot of ice time because Anaheim was flooded with defensemen. If you look at their roster now, I'm sure they like him back with how shit their defensive core looks like. And Buffalo lost Byram, didn't want to pay him, and now you get Zellweger, who honestly could be a Byram for $3 million. I think it's great
for $9 million less.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Crazy,
love it.
All right, Demidov Montreal's pissing me off.
Fuck you, Montreal. Fuck you.
They can sign everyone under $10 million ever. And you know what? When Demidov came out,
points next year. He can get 100 points.
He came out and was like, it's bigger than the money. I was, God damn it, this team's gonna be good for so goddamn long. They've got a great locker room. They've got a great arena, probably one of the best arena in all of the NHL, and they signed fucking this young absolute Russian stud to an 8x9.15.
It's crazy. And I just scrolled down here just because they also signed Jacob Dobish a 3x5. I think it was a bit interesting, like before playoffs, because Dobish was kind of up and down all year. They have Jacob Fowler, they have Montembeault. Montembeault honestly fell off the face of the earth the last 2 years. And in the playoffs, he basically won them 2 Game 7s. Like, he was phenomenal.
Yes, he was unbelievable.
And the fire he brought, I'm like, all day you sign that.
Like even in the series against I'm completely blanking.
Tampa and Buffalo.
Well, no,
Carolina?
The Carolina series, dude,
Yeah.
he was like consistently playing unreal, and they just could not put the puck on the goddamn net. So it's I don't know. I think it was worth it.
No, I like the deal. And yeah, Demidov, he legit could be. I think next year he's going to take the step as the team's best player. Like, he is disgusting. And he had some up and downs. I mean, he still had a phenomenal year, but he honestly got better as the playoffs went on. Like, that, his goal in Game 1 against Carolina, that breakaway when he absolutely just toyed with Freddie Anderson, was disgusting.
Yeah.
So the fact that they have him at $9 million for 8 years, they have Layton Hudson at 8.8 for 8 years, or 8 years, for Demidov. They have Dobish signed. They have Dobson signed. They have Suzuki and Caulfield both make $7 million for, I think, like crazy. 5 more years. Then you have Savkovsky, who took a massive step this year. Yeah, fuck this team. I know a lot of fans weren't happy for their lack of moves, but at the end of the day, I think you're happy with the core. You're going to have Michael H coming up. Zorowski's coming up. I don't think you need to do much.
No,
they just need another center. They need another center pretty badly, but I don't know. I've seen highlights of that Zorowski kid. He's nasty.
I think it's like one of those things, like, you maybe target trade deadline during the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sorry, I'm liking your text just now.
But like, you maybe see how the team plays out, and then kind of shop around throughout the year.
You still have those assets to trade. There's no rush to trade them.
You have the assets like coming up to move around if you're going to go all in and buy in, which, like, they're not really in a stage where they have to go all in and buy in, and you don't want to give up too much of an asset, but also at the same time, you get like a top line center, you can give up something coming up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, and then we got Dan Vladar. Philly pays him 5x5.
Yeah, 2 Philly deals here. We're talking about the Forster one too, 8x7.
Yeah.
Like it a lot for Forster. Again, 8-year deals. That's great for them. Young centerman is kind of making his way into the league. I really like it. Vladar, I mean, he was probably the biggest reason. Like, he was up there for MVP in terms of like top 10 because of how valuable he was. Yeah, I don't hate it. Like, I thought he had a great year, great in the playoffs. Can he keep this up? I think that's why they kind of brought Joey Wall in as well to rely some relief. But again, it's a lot of money for a goalie, but I don't think it's the worst deal in the world. I don't hate it.
I agree. We got the absolute fucking beast between the pipes, Stuart Skinner going to Winnipeg on a 2x3.75.
Yeah.
If they move on from Connor Hellebuyck and go to Stu,
big upgrade.
Someone say the biggest.
It's
You know what?
It's good for Stu. I mean, he had I don't know, his numbers are never that terrible.
No, he played
He
played
played
decent,
okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a place where you can kind of get away. I know Winnipeg's a Canadian city, but still, it's not as for Canadian city. It's not as media on you as some other places are.
Yeah.
So good number. I think Winnipeg. They lost Eric Comrie, who's a top end kind of backup. You're unsure about Hellebuck's future there, so I think it's fair for Winnipeg and good for Stewart.
I agree. Then we got Matthias Michelli. We kind of touched on this a little bit earlier. Long Island won by 2.25. I like this for him.
No, I like it for him.
It's not great for, I just didn't think
I actually thought he was going to make more. I thought he was going to make more, honestly. I thought it was kind of cheap.
I did too, but I just didn't think that he didn't play enough last year and wasn't put in it's just you get paid based off the tape, and
yeah,
he was a good player before, and I'm not saying that he's not a good player now. He just wasn't in.
Yeah.
Plus with Toronto, the way the Toronto was last year, I don't know. I just didn't see him making that much.
No. And then when the Leafs were out of it, he played his best. Near the end of the season is when he actually really, I thought, played a lot better. But yeah, I think Long Island, it's going to take a massive dip this year. They lost Anders Lee, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They didn't really do a lot, and now they have to pay Andre Palat and Braden Shen's salary. Yeah, I think they're going to take a big dip with how well these other Metro teams are looking right now, especially Washington, which we'll talk about.
Yeah. We got the Trubinator. Jacob Trouba goes to San Jose by 8.25.
I'm double checking that. I thought it was 7. I could have got my math
You said
wrong.
4.
No,
so,
yeah,
6.75.
So that's on me. 6.75. Oh fuck! No, sorry. I was thinking of March. Yes, Trouba's right. I'm all over the place.
You're confusing me.
So again, I don't hate the Nurse or the Trouba move. I just don't like them together. I think you're now investing so much money into that. Yeah.
Over $19 million for Jacob Trouba and Darnell Nurse.
Yeah, and I like the Trouba way more than Nurse. When the Trouba happened, I actually liked it. I'm like, okay, he had a great year in Anaheim, kind of resurgence year, kind of a physical veteran right-hand shot defenseman. Cap hit's high, but they have no worries in cap hit. 4 years, perfect term, and then they bring in Nurse. I was like, if it was just Trouba, I loved it a lot. Yeah. People didn't like it. I mean, I thought he had a great year in Anaheim. I was okay with it, but then you bring in Nurse as well, which I'm gonna do a whole Sharks breakdown after. But
yeah.
Well, now we're Sharks again. Mason Marchment, 5x6.75. Really wanted Toronto to get him. They've been in on him for a while. I like it going to San Jose, though. Big, gritty, can score. His dad, who sadly passed away, I think a year or two ago, he was a Sharks legend. He goes to San Jose. I think he's going to wear his dad's number. I'm not sure, but
that's pretty cool.
It's good for them. I really like him as a player.
Let's rip through some of these ones. If you want to talk about it, you just stop me. Obviously, the Anders Lee one's kind of crazy. 3x5.4 to Utah. We just kind of talked about what that does. Ryan Shea to Edmonton, 5x4. I think you were saying that you love that.
Love it.
Barrett Hayton gets offer sheeted to the Devils, 1x4.7. They have till, I think, tomorrow to match.
So when this comes out, we'll know. I think rumors are they are going to match it, but now it puts them in a tough spot because once you get offer sheeted, you can't be traded for a year. Yeah. And so then that deal brings some right to. So that's basically Devils being like, give us him, or you're going to get fucked over because he can't be like a trade deadline target, right? Yeah. He can't be traded. So I think they'll match it, but still they're not in a good spot for it.
Lawton gets extended in LA, 3x3.5.
Cheap.
Like that.
A lot cheaper than I thought. I would have brought him back at that, but yeah.
Zuccarello, LA, 1x6.5.
Fair. He's a sneaky good forward. I don't hate it.
Mario Ferrero, never heard of her. Winnipeg, 3x4.
It's all right. He's a good shutdown defenseman. I'm surprised he left San Jose, but it's going San Jose to Winnipeg.
Freddie to Edmonton on a 1x2.8. We'll
talk about Edmonton later, but I love it.
Yeah. John Carlsson to Tampa, 2x8.5.
Love it. Sadly, I love it. That's just a great number. You just replace Darren Radish and you get an older Carlsson, but only 2 more years, 8.5. Love it.
Yeah. Ovi, Washington, 1x4.25.
Animal. His wife said it. He gave him the go ahead, so he's fucking back. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that forward core. That forward core is
Yeah, it
insane.
is. It is
But yeah,
nuts.
it's good. We talked about Maverick
Um,
Bork. We talked
yeah,
about, or we
Minyakov,
briefly
we
talked about
talked about.
Minyakov.
Yeah, 5x7.2.
It's a lot.
It is a
It's
lot.
a
Yeah.
lot. It's after his rookie year, I was like, this guy could be really, really good. And then the last 2 years, he's kind of fallen off a cliff. And yeah, there's threats of offer sheets, and they're like, okay, let's overpay him now. But it's like, honestly, if someone's going to offer sheet him that, I'd rather just take the compensation picks and then kind of work the market or work the trade market. But yeah, I think it's a lot, but maybe he can bounce back because when he was at his best his rookie year, he was really good.
Yeah. Igor Chinnikov to Pittsburgh, 3x6.25.
He really turned it on in Pittsburgh. I got to look at his numbers when he got traded from Columbus to Pittsburgh because I think he requested a trade. Let me just look at it because I don't think Pittsburgh's in a crazy salary issue. I got to double check. I'll look at his numbers when he's 25 years old. When he went to Pittsburgh, oh yeah, like he had 6 points in 29 games for Columbus, played 43 in Pittsburgh, 36 points, 18 goals. He's 25. I'll do that all day.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. And then Simon Nemec to Calgary, 5x7.25.
Similar to Minyakov, I was like, okay. I mean, his best season was last year where Minyakov, it got worse and worse, where Nemec got better and better.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it. Again, if you're Calgary, you have zero issue to work with cap space. You're going to be kind of in the same area as Vancouver for quite a while. Don't hate it. It's a lot of money, but yeah, 5 more years. If he becomes maybe a 40, 50 point 3-2 defenseman, like you take that all day.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, that was a lot of signs. Now I'm going to kind of rip off these Toronto ones and maybe I'll talk about the whole Toronto offseason as a whole really quick. They spent their money. They had a lot of cap space and they wanted to use it. Obviously, there was a lot of rumors with Werenski, which I'll talk about later. But like I said, I'll talk about the Nick Paul trade again. Love the Nick Paul trade. Hill to be with bringing in Bobrovsky and having Arthur makes a lot of sense. Decent cap hit for a few more years. Take it all day. Troy Stetcher, take that all day. 2 more years, 1.3. I think he really brought some energy to the team. Kind of tailed off near the end of the season, but the whole team did. 2 years at 1.3, brings the passion. I'll do that all day for Troy. Roslovic, love it. Good buddies with Matthews. Really had some good stints with Edmonton last year. 2 years, $4 million. Can kind of play third line scorer or maybe get moved up if he needs to. Sneaky skill, like it a lot. I'll say Bobrovsky for last. Colton Sissons, really liked him in Vegas in the playoffs last year. 4.2 is a bit much, but 2 years. Again, depth defenseman. I like our centers now with our depth defenseman or centers with Sissons and Nick Paul. Teddy Bluger, 2x2.5. Again, another depth player who I thought played well for Vancouver. Duhaime, physical player who's on Pittsburgh, 3x2.6. Zach McEwen, just a fighter, like nothing, 875. Nothing crazy, so I don't hate it there. And then finally, Bobrovsky. Oh, sorry, Emil Andre, 2x1.55 mil AAV.
Looks like he was getting better in trending.
Yeah, so I like him. And yeah, and then Bobrovsky, 3x7. So I would rate like Chayka's kind of offseason. You got to move away from McKenna. Like he didn't really, like that's luck, right? And all that. But in terms of trading and everything, like I think Toronto got better. Like to me, they got better. But I don't think this roster is like, holy shit, we're so back. Top 3 in the division, but we definitely got better. We addressed a lot of needs. I still think there's moves to be done. I heard Riley's still looking to get moved. So, because right now we're like $2 million over the cap space.
Yeah.
He'll still likely be moved. Bobrovsky, proven winner in net. 3 years. When I heard the Bobrovsky rumors, I was scared shitless because I heard the 6-year number.
Yeah, no.
But back down to 3 years. Still interesting.
I originally
for
said anything
old.
over 2 is kind of crazy, but 3x7, I'm all right.
It's okay. And again, if you think about, Radish, Bobrovsky, Nick Paul,
they've all won too.
Stetcher,
so you know what I mean? Like
Jack Roslovic, she likes it. Yeah, again, I would rate the offseason kind of like a B to B plus. Like I think it was very solid. I don't think it blows me away. The Atlantic's going to be a tough division. Everyone's competitive. Maybe the only team that's not going to be competitive is maybe Detroit, depending on kind of what happens with Larkin. But Buffalo's going to be good. Tampa's good. Florida's scary good. Yeah, so I like the moves. I still think there's more to come. But yeah, I'm overall pretty happy. I'm at a B to B plus for Chayka so far in this offseason.
I like that. I agree.
Let's break down some of the other news and kind of the biggest news. Let's get right into the Leo Carlsson. This is insane. This happened last Friday. So again, our podcast comes out on Wednesday. So I think Anaheim's probably going to take the whole week, which would be this coming Friday. So the 10th, I believe.
Yeah.
The 10th?
This
Am I
Friday
right
is
there?
the 10th.
Yes, 10th. Yeah, so that's when they have match it. 5 years, $18 million AAV offer sheet with Philadelphia.
Fucking insane.
Most of I think salary-wise, he's only going to make like $900,000 a year around there. And it's pretty much all bonuses. Like, I think as soon as he signs it, he gets like 20 million sheets like right away.
20 million in the first year.
Multiple teams are looking to offer sheet him. The rumors aren't sure of what team. One team I think was even thinking at the max of 20.8. I'll
crazy.
bet my house, or my parents' house, on that team being Seattle. I could bet my life savings that team is being. We already know they're willing to overpay, or not overpay, but just kind of, probably overpay.
Probably overpay, yeah.
And listen, so you can look at this two ways. You can look at this as Leo Carlsson screwing over the team, screwing over management, but also Pat Verbeek in Anaheim knew this guy was your franchise center. The whole league knew this was your franchise center. And you wait a year. You could have signed him back last July 1. And now it's fuck around and find out, Pat Verbeek, because you waited a long time. You could have done this the whole year to do this, and you waited it out, and you really just fucked around, and you didn't really believe any team was going to do it. You said you'd match any offer. Well, there's your fucking offer.
Fucking pony up.
Yeah. And again, I think Philadelphia was the only team to do this because they have a lot of cap space. This will be interesting to see what happens with Drysdale and Zegras if he does accept this. I think he only can bring back one of those guys.
I was gonna say, like, for Philly too, like, for me, it's like, I mean, obviously Carlson's is really good.
Yeah.
But, like, it just is a lot. I mean, we talk about the cap all the time. It just seems like a lot of money over a short period of time. And, like, yes, the signing bonuses and everything, but, like, I don't know. You're paying him $20 million right away in signing bonuses.
I love it. And it's dude, before last season, like, I remember I had Johnny Lazarus on, and his hot take was he thinks Anaheim's going to make the playoffs, but he kind of backtracked and was like, I don't even know if it's a hot take anymore, right? Anaheim making the playoffs last year. And it was like everyone looking at this roster, looking at this core, and we're like, holy shit, this team's going to become a dynasty. Mason McTavish, Beckett Seneca, Cutter Gauthier, Leo Carlsson, Minyakov, Lacombe, Dostal, and Net. And now they're fucked. They are crumbling. They traded away McTavish. Obviously, they had Zegras at 1.2. Traded away Zegras. Traded away Drysdale. Obviously, they get Cutter Gauthier, so it's worth it. And now Minyakov's kind of taking a dip. You trade away McTavish. Now you only have, if you match this, which I do think they will match it, because again, these type of number one centers don't come around, especially at this age. But now you have $10 million left in cap space. You have to sign Cutter Gauthier, which if I'm Cutter Gauthier, I'm like, hey, we had pretty similar seasons. I had 40 goals last year. I deserve at least $15 million, if you think about it. And hey, I don't know the kid, but looking at his track record with forcing his way out of Philly, I don't think he's a guy to take a pay cut. You know what I mean? So Anaheim's fucked. If you look at their decor sucks.
Thanks.
It got so much worse with Trouba leaving. Obviously, they tried to bring back Carlsson, John Carlsson, couldn't get it done. And yeah, their decor is so much worse. And this was just, and if I'm Leo Carlsson, I'm pissed earlier because they signed Jackson Lacombe right away. As soon as it was possible or before the season, they signed him.
Yeah.
Into the 8-year, 9, which he's worth it. He's going to be a great defenseman. But it's like, hey, like, what more did he show than I have at this point?
At this point, yeah.
I was a point a game all year. I took a dip in the second half, but come playoff time, I lit up in the playoffs. I'm your number one center. I'm 6'3", 210. People think Chicago took it taking me over Bedard, right? Which you could have that argument, like with the size and everything. I understand 18 million is a lot, but it's they're originally going to offer him 12 to 13. He wanted 15. Dude, if he was wanting 15 by 7 years,
that's ridiculous.
I would have done that all day. It's crazy. It's for Beek being a hard ass, and look at his track record. McTavish gone, Zegras gone, Drysdale gone. They've all had contract disputes with this fucking guy. And now fuck around and find out. And again, I think they're going to match it, but Anaheim is not in a good spot. They're going to have to trade away a Killorn or a piece to bring in or to sign back Cutter Gauthier. And it's not good for Leo Carlsson. And this NHL is just absolutely changing. Like it's a completely new NHL. And it's
wild, dude. Fucking dollar signs thrown around. It's
love it. All right, next up, Jason Robertson. We kind of talked about this last time with the whole Seattle thing. Files for arbitration. Again, likely be. By the way, I understand they're in a cap crunch, but they can make some moves, I'm still sure, and figure out a way to bring in Jason Robertson because to me, he is worth $14 million.
But do you not feel like at this point, like it's just like it's become more than like obviously like here's my thing. So you look at the things that have happened. So Werenski drama, Larkin drama, and Robertson drama. Larkin obviously leaving, but it's like the fucking like Yzerman is going to be a bit of a hard ass, in my opinion, about either what he wants back.
Oh yeah,
or
we'll talk
like,
about what he wants back from Minnesota. It's kind of hilarious.
It is wild. Werenski, it comes out that maybe he doesn't want to be in fucking Columbus. Then it's like, oh no, maybe I do want to be in Columbus. But like, it's just to me, it feels like when this type of stuff goes public, and yes, you may come back the next year. Just I don't feel like there's a complete buy-in from the team and the player for like one another. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the same thing with Leo. Like, do you think if when he comes back to Anaheim, do you think that relationship's going to be great?
Yeah, you think he's going to be pumped to be back there? Like, I mean, obviously he's going to be pumped to be back there because he's going to be making fucking over $18 million.
But do you think the management's going to like just welcome? I mean, I'm sure they're going to be happy to bring him back. You think they're going to be happy, like big open arms that this guy's back making $18 million? But
you've now fucked the cap space for the rest of fucking.
And it's just back to Robertson. It's just like you feel like whenever there's issues, I understand it's a business, which we talked about multiple times. But when there's issues, it's like how deep is it? And they've been open. They don't want to pay him more than Rantanen, which is $12 million, which is the dumbest thing in the world. The salary cap changes every year.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make any sense. It's Rantanen signed that 2 years ago. Like Robertson is a 40-40 guy every single year. I think he had 96 points this year, over 40 goals. He's had over 40 goals like I think maybe even 3 times. I understand you don't want to pay that money for a winger, which I get. But like where the money's going and everything, his age, he wants to stay. He's vetoed in multiple trades, so he wants to stay. But he wants his money, which I don't blame him. And again, 7 years by $14 million or 8 years for $14 million, that is not a bad contract in a few years, and it's not even bad right now. Again, he's gonna get you 40 goals every single year. What are you gonna do if he leaves? Like what's like so again? Even if it's arbitration, you get him 1 year contract, you pay him. I don't know what a 1 year deal would be. Like if it's only 1 year, probably like 10, 11 million, maybe 12.
Yeah.
And then you have Sagan's 9.5 off the books next year. And then you can like, hey, now let's give you your back because you deserve it. So
yeah, I agree.
It's interesting. Yeah, but I like Jason Robertson. And he was probably their main offensive piece in the playoffs when they lost to Minnesota. He was their top guy. So we talked a little bit about Zach Werenski. Yeah, so he's staying for the time being. I released a Zach Werenski trade video on Monday. Go check that out. I was pretty aware that like this could still happen. Like this, if it's same thing with Quinn Hughes. Like if they're 10-30 or 10-20, like he's gonna want out. So I think he jumped the gun, and I do think things got a little emotional, and he wanted to dial it back a little bit. But yeah, Darren Dreger saying that the Leafs could maybe get him without Knies. I heard Elliott say that's just very unlikely.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't want to trade Knies, but I'll do it 100% for Zach Werenski, in my opinion. It'll be Zach Werenski and a little bit more, or I should say, it'll be Zach Werenski and more, or Matthew Knies and more. Sorry, but yeah, he's gone. Like I can't see a world where he's not traded by the deadline.
I don't really see a world either where he's not traded.
And if I'm Don Waddell, I am so pissed he said no to Dallas. I am so pissed because if I'm Don Waddell, and we'll talk about GMs in these trades, I have a big thing I want to say. Like they want to make hockey trades, which I'll get into. Like they don't want just picks. And you get a guy like Thomas Harley. It's like, hey, he had an off year. I thought he looked great for Canada at the Olympics. It's like, hey, we're losing Zach Werenski. We're gaining Thomas Harley, who is locked up for 8 years at 10.5, which I still think he's worth that. Like, I think his potential, I think, is worth that.
Yeah, his play.
We've seen the play is like he's worth that.
He can.
His last year, yeah. And it's just, but then so it's like, okay, I'm not just getting picks. I'm getting a solid young defenseman, potential star back, and maybe probably a pick as well. And he says no, and you're like, hey, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and I want to tie this in now to Steve Yzerman with the whole Dylan Larkin trade, because it seemed like it was him to Minnesota was like the biggest outcome. Like that was what was going to happen.
What made the most sense, yeah.
And Detroit still has great pieces. They still have Raymond, they still have DeBrincat, they still have Seider, they still have Simon Edvinsson. I like this team, but he wants to make a hockey trade. I don't want to just get picks, because then what do my other young stars want to do, right? And apparently his ask back was Matthew Boldy, which is kind of fucking hilarious. Because I would take Matthew Boldy over Larkin 10 times out of 10.
Like we talked about him all ever since the Olympic break. This guy was on fire.
Yeah, and he makes $7 million for like 5 more years.
It's so ridiculous. The hockey contracts to me make 0 sense.
It's just when you sign them, the league's revenue at the time. It's just so many like I'll say average NHLers who are on Twitter right now, they're like, fuck, man, if I was in the NHL right now, if I was still playing right now, like if I could, like, even if you're fifth or sixth defenseman, you're making $4 million bucks.
It's crazy.
And kind of what I wanted to tie in with Steve Yzerman, Don Waddell. When you're not, I mean, Detroit's a big hockey market, but Columbus isn't really. If you're trying to be good every year, right? And you're trying to make hockey trades. You're not in a state where you can just be like Vancouver was, where we're going to do a rebuild. So 4 first-round picks, 4 prospects, that's okay with what we're doing for Quinn Hughes. If you're Columbus, you still have pieces. Same thing with Detroit. And they're like, oh, they got to be more easy. Like, no, like, you want to make a hockey trade because if they trade Zach Werenski for 4 futures, to me, that's, even though the value technically is there, to me, that's a trade that gets you fired. Because owners don't give a shit about rebuilding, especially if you're in a lower-end market like Columbus. They don't give a shit about that. Yes, technically the value was there. Zach Werenski is worth 4 to 5 first-round picks, but it doesn't make your team better. Like, why the fuck, if I'm trading Zach Werenski for futures, why the fuck do I want a 20, 30 first-round pick?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make me better. Like, it's those trades get you fired because owners don't give a shit about the future. Not the future, but they want us to be good now. That's how they make the money. That's where they see the success. So
yeah. Especially
I don't blame Don Waddell,
especially for not like big market teams, you know.
Exactly. Detroit, and again, I think Yzerman's in a lot better situation than Waddell. Larkin, 5 more years at a great contract.
Yeah.
He's in no rush. And I think he was even on a podcast saying, like, I'm in zero rush for this bitch. Like, I'm in zero fucking rush to trade this guy. So yeah, last few things before we kind of wrap it up here. I'll quickly just want to mention Oilers again. Start of the offseason and just a odd spot with Mike Babcock and everything. People shitting on him, including me. I got a lot of hate. Like, I do think he's a good coach if you think of preparing, schematics, systematic, all that stuff. But you got to look at the mental side of it. And his press conference was terrible. Like, he just pretty much owned up to nothing, blamed his wife, everything.
As you should.
But then, and everything turned around for Edmonton. You get rid of Nurse's $9.25 million contract. You bring in a former second-round pick defenseman and Mahaka Madulan, I think his name is. And you sign him to a cheap 2-year, $1.5, $1.3 million deal. You bring in Ryan Shea at $4 million a year. He had 35 points for Pittsburgh last year. I think he's like top 15 in even strength points for defensemen. Like, I know we're breaking out analytics here, but that's phenomenal. You get Devin Levi as a future project, hopefully, for goaltending. You then bring in Stanley Cup winning Frederik Andersen at like $2.8 million. You get that done. Obviously, you already signed Jason Dickinson. You re-signed Connor Murphy. And now you still have cap space because of the Darnell Nurse. So their offseason went from a D to me. I think they're a top 5 team from the offseason. That's how, from the teams that won the offseason, to me, they're top 5. I think what they've done is phenomenal.
I agree.
Yeah. And finally, San Jose. Last thing I want to talk about San Jose. Is Mike Greer good or just fucking lucky? Because, listen, got the second overall pick. He did nothing for that. They finished bottom 10. They lucked out to get the second overall pick. You get a guy like Ivar Stenberg. I really like the Eklund trade. You get the 9th overall pick for Eklund because you knew you were bringing a guy like Stenberg. Made a lot of sense. Somehow Verhoff falls to 9, and somehow Ryan Lynn falls to wherever they got him, 21 or 22. That's not really on him. That's kind of on just teams not really picking these guys up. And then you look at the moves. Like, I don't hate the Mason Marchment move. I think that's a fair value for a player like that, and that's where the market's going. I didn't hate the Trouba signing. I thought he played great in Anaheim. But then you bring over Nurse and take his full contract. If they did one or the other, I was like, okay, fine.
Wild.
And if you're doing one or the other, I was okay with it. But you're doing both. And now, next offseason, you have RFAs of Celebrini, Will Smith, and your goaltender, Askarov. And if you think Mike Greer is going to let Celebrini get to July 1 where he can get offer sheet, you're fucking... Nope. He's going to do whatever it takes. And if people are saying he's going to do be Sidney Crosby and take a pay cut... So if you look at contract percentage, like Crosby signed like 8.7 because he's superstitious, which I think the max was 10. So he took a bit of a pay cut, and that percentage translated today would be if Celebrini signed for $17 million. So if you can get Celebrini at $17 million for 8 years, that's the best contract in the NHL, in my opinion, just because he had 115 points last year, two-way centerman. He's 20 fucking years old. I think you do that all day. Will Smith, good complimentary piece. Probably looking at like 10 million as well, honestly, where the cap's going. But yeah, I don't know if Mike Greer is good or just fucking lucky.
Dude, every time you say Mike Greer, I can't stop thinking about Mike Weir.
All right, we're gonna save the NFL top 100 to next week because this episode's kind of running long. There's a lot of July 1 stuff. As we get to like mid-July and August, where things are gonna kind of be dying down, so we'll do a lot next week for that.
No sports episodes.
Dude, honestly, and I told this to Caitlin because she likes listening to the podcast. She loves when we just talk about life for the first like 10 minutes. She's like, I love it. I love talking when you guys hear. Like, oh, I hear my name, stuff like that. But yeah, let's just rip off this other stuff. I have taken the lead in our PGA.
Max came out of nowhere, shot fucking a final round, fucking 66 or something.
And we still have to figure out our punishment. We were thinking of doing a punishment for this too. So we're thinking about doing that.
I'll do it, unlike Emerson.
Yeah, fucking. I gotta talk to Emerson. But yeah, shout out to Chris Gotterup, absolute hoss for winning the John Deere. We got the Genesis Scottish Open, pumped for that. I think I'm first.
You go first, yeah.
I think I'm first. I gotta look at the list here. I'm fucking starving.
Dude, I'm so hungry.
I know, we're almost there. Okay,
Taylor, you hungry? Taylor's starving.
Sorry, Taylor. Give me Minwoo Lee.
I was gonna take him, but I think he's gonna get cut or just like absolutely shit the bed.
You say that every fucking time I pick someone. Like, lick my balls.
I know. I don't love link style golf is just a little different.
Sick.
You ever played link style golf, Ryan?
Every day of my life.
Link style. You would love link style golf. You play the ball from 3 fairways over every fucking time.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Give me all the live guys are in it. Give me Christopher Reeton.
Never even. Oh, the Norway guy. Give me Harry Hall.
Take Matt Wallace. William Wallace.
Give me Adam Scott.
You got a fucking ragtag group of fucking.
That's what the Scottish Open's about, baby. How many are we 2 weeks away from the Open, or is the Open after the Scottish Open?
The Open's after the Scottish Open.
Well, let's go, baby.
Scottish Open's on my birthday, the weekend of my birthday. I don't know. You gonna take a Scotsman?
Still 0-0 right now.
Give me Bobby Mack. I don't think I've taken him. Racing.
I have. Yeah, I think you have. Or I don't think you have. Yeah. All right. Last little bit here. I won my lock week last week, and this week I'm just going. It's pretty chalk, but I'm going France money line and Mbappe goal against Morocco.
Pretty sure that's exactly what mine is.
I love it. Let's just ride it. Kylian Mbappe. And I won my bet the farm last week.
That is for real what mine is.
I won my bet the farm last week. I had basically I just picked out the. Oh no, I have Colombia winning. Oh no, I didn't win. I haven't won yet. Or no, wait. Oh, so sorry. That was for the round of. No, what did I win it? I think I did. Yeah, because I wouldn't have put the Colombia game in. Yeah, I think I did win it. I think I did. Yeah, okay. So this week I got France money line plus Mbappe and Dembele anytime against Morocco. I have England money line against Norway with Harry Kane and also Holland anytime. Argentina quarterfinal. Oh wait, I fucked this up because we were supposed to record this yesterday. Okay, here's my update. You ready? You're listening? I got France money line against Morocco with Mbappe and Dembele anytime. England money line. Oh no, that's correct. Yeah, sorry, that's correct. And then Argentina money line and Messi anytime against whoever they play. It's Colombia or Switzerland. And then Spain money line and then Lamine Yamal anytime.
Dude, technically you wouldn't the quarterfinal money line and Messi anytime hit?
No, that's now. That's my bet farm now.
Oh, I got you.
No, I got completely mixed up there. I said quarterfinal because when I wrote that yesterday, Argentina hadn't won yet, and I just assumed they would win. That's why I wrote quarterfinal.
Got you. All right.
Yeah.
Mine I already went through, but just a reminder, Belgium over the U.S., that's a dub. Argentina over Egypt, a dub. Switzerland needs to fucking score, and that's a dub. France over Morocco, Norway to advance, and Harry Kane to score or assist, and Erling Haaland to score or assist.
Harry Kane! Probably the funniest interview I've ever listened to.
Very funny. Very funny.
All right, yeah, that's the long one. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for 400 subscribers. Please go comment, like, subscribe.
Shout out Rogue Energy. BUDSMAFIA. Hello.
Attaboy.
Made you wait for it.
10% off. Yeah, I got to order my next tub suit. I think there's a buy one, get one on right now. I got to double check. Maybe we can do that together. And I need to get a tub. All right, yeah. So comment, like, subscribe. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Podcast drops on Wednesdays. Monday videos as well. Trade videos I usually do on Mondays. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you for episode 77.
Love you.
Tavares coming out, sends it in a goal. They score! They score! Holy mackerel, they score! Morgan Riley! Mo Riley! The Leafs have won it! They're going to the second round!
Gonna run for it, he got it! And there he goes! Inside the 10, the 5! Oh, the play of the year!